Hello, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. Of course, the second I sit down to film, all of a sudden one of my neighbors is like pounding on something, so bear with me. But we are here for round 2, episode 5 of Jokes on Me. I will have the entire Jokes on Me playlist linked down below that has my announcement with all the rules for the game, as well as all of the episodes so far. I did film my card flips for this round yesterday, so since then I have actually started a book, but let's go ahead and show you those flips quickly here. I did just want to mention before these card flips, I did decide for at least the month of April, maybe even into May, that I am going to be kind to myself. I had talked through with a friend kind of what to do in this situation because I have been naughty and I've read some things that the game has not allowed. So I have like 4 or 5 books that I've technically read and not thrown in to Jokes on Me episodes that I was not allowed to read for Jokes on Me or any other readathons I've participated in. And so my solution to kind of like fix that is that, like I said, this next month or a little bit more than a month, I'm going to allow myself, when I do my card flips, if I land on a prompt that I can work in one of those books that I already read into, I'm going to let myself do that and just give you a little review on that book, and then I'll just flip an extra card for that episode. So that's my solution. Don't be mad at me. Okay, it is time for round 2, episode 5 of Jokes on Me. I would have shared some amended kind of rules that I'm going to be using for the next month or so, just to kind of catch up on some mistakes I've made. But what you need to know for these card flips is we are leaving from this mood read spot here. My piece of choice, my game piece of choice this time is this broken crayon in the shade brown. We are currently trying to get back to this lowest rated spot, so if I get past here, the round will be complete. Off we go. 6, which I split 3 and 3, so 1, 2, 3 readathon, so that will let me bank a readathon week. And then 1, 2, 3 owned, that is owned for 1+ year. So I do have a book that I can work in for that spot. So unless I finish the game, I'll be flipping an extra card this round. A 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is first on Instagram. I'm getting very close to finishing here. And then an 8, which I do the opposite of the prompt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is another readathon spot, but I'm supposed to do the opposite. So I'm going to decide what I want that, I guess, or what that should mean, and I'll be back with you momentarily. And so now you know that I am completing round 2. This did get me all the way around the board, which means I have now completed 2 full rounds without actually flipping a joker yet. The joke has not been on me yet. I have now earned another reward. Well, once I finish this episode, which my current reward is that I ask somebody to watch my child for the day, so I will get a weekend day completely off of responsibilities. Originally, my reward was to take a day off of work like during the week, but with me needing to take a maternity leave and having a baby this year, I changed it to babysitter on the weekend. So I will be happy to plan that day for myself, but let's get into what the card flips actually were. I did earn a readathon, solidly earned a readathon week, and then I landed on the owned for over a year spot, and I did say that I had a book that I could work in for this, and so I'm working in a book I already read, which was Somebody's Daughter by Ashley C. Ford. I got this when it was a book of the month in December of 2021. I did listen to this as an audiobook and I didn't really end up enjoying it. I ended up giving it 2 stars. It is pitched as being about, like, her memoir being about being the child of somebody who is incarcerated, but they really don't talk about the fact that their dad is incarcerated for a lot of this. A lot of it, I just felt like she was neglected by the people who were still around and in her life. And then, like, I just didn't like how it ended. The flow and the message just didn't hit for me, so I read that. And then I landed on First on Instagram, which this took me a long scroll, but I did finally find this photo that was posted by Goodreads actually. And there's a lot of books in this. There's actually 2 books in these stacks that I owned, but the one that I am choosing to pick that is in this photo, if you can spy it, is A Woman Is No Man by Itaf Rum. I should probably look up how to pronounce this author's name. And this is also the book that I have started since filming those card flips. I'm about 70 pages into it and I am actually really enjoying it so far. It makes me laugh because it's tagged as historical, but the timelines we're following are 1990 and 2008, and we're following like this family, 2 different generations, and what it means to be an Arab woman and the expectations for your life in that situation. It is told in like a, in my opinion, well told fictional way. Like, it's a story. I'm immersed in it, and yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. And then I did the silly thing where I needed to do the opposite of earning a readathon, and so unfortunately I do think that means that I have to take a week away, so I'm gonna have to like earn that back. I probably could have fought this a little and came up with something else to do, but I am just gonna do that. I'm just gonna take a week away of my current readathon allowances, which just means I'm not currently allowed. And then finally, since I am still trying to catch up on some things I read that I should not have, for my choice book for this episode, I am again just going to present you with a little review of a book I've already read. I already mentioned this book in a wrap up, and again, this is a book I did not enjoy, unfortunately, and that was Dark and Shallow Lies by Ginny Myers Sane. I read this because Ashley from A Fiction and Fantasy had this on her list for reading my friend's favorite books from last year. Overall, it's my fault for choosing this. It was not what I thought it was going to be, and it really did end up being like a YA mystery, which I already know I don't like. So I don't really want to harp on it too long. I think I gave this 1.5 stars. Again, my bad. It's something I shouldn't have chosen from her list, but I can't turn back now. It's what I chose. So that's where this episode is headed. Really all I have to read is A Woman Is No Man to finish and talk to you about. So I'll check in once I'm maybe like halfway now at this point. It's been warm for 1 day and I already regret being pregnant in the summer. I have a long way to go. But I am about halfway through A Woman Is No Man, and I'm still really enjoying it. I am, like, it's clearly building in the like most current timeline where all of these women have been basically forced to become wives and mothers and, you know, serve their husband, and our young character in the current timeline is about to become of the age where she would get like married off, and she just doesn't feel like she has many choices, which none of the women who preceded her have. And so I'm hoping that this story is going into like how she's going to be able to get out of that, but obviously I'm not sure. But I am really enjoying still the story and just like how it's being told. I am currently working my way through like a couple other books. I think I'm going to be putting out a vlog that's me reading like book club books this month, possibly. So I'm working through some book club things, and so while this is only one book, it's taking me a little bit of time to get through it. So I'll just check back in when I have more to say. So I'm currently doing sprints on Lizzie from Lizzie's Literary Life channel, but I did just finish A Woman Is No Man by Itaf Rum, and I really ended up enjoying this. I just learned on these sprints that Ruby apparently DNF'd this, and I do understand why, because this is in a sense about women's suffering, but I really enjoyed the way this was told, even especially the specific perspectives we were following. And it is like generational, so you're following like multiple generations of this one family, and how through those generations the women have wanted change but just have not known how to get that for themselves or enact it. And so kind of throughout the story I at least was hoping that the most current timeline, that young woman would be able to have a different life and different future than the women previous to her. There is like a huge tragedy in this book, and I liked how that was revealed, I guess, and kind of in the end the standing of how that was left. And yeah, overall I thought this was a really well told story. If you're interested in books like this, I would recommend it. If you kind of feel like you have read this story before, maybe skip it, but I myself did not feel like I have read much about this culture in specific. So yeah, I really like that one. I don't think I said, but I'm giving this 4.5 stars. And I think that is a great, I guess, only book to carry this vlog, being as everything else I had already read coming into this. Also, I think it's a great way to end this round. While I am still on sprints, so I'm not going to completely close out this vlog. I plan on coming back later and filling you in kind of just on the stats for this round, since this is the last episode of round 2. So I will see you shortly. Good morning. It is the next morning. Today is chores day, so I'm just in like my loungewear, but I do want to share some stats from this round for you. This is gonna be nice, short, sweet, quick. Overall, in round 2, I read 17 books. 10 of those were from my physical TBR. I bought 2 books. I unhauled 3 books from my TBR, but then also unhauled 3 books from my red shelves. This round took a total of 5 episodes, which spanned 76 days, which was more episodes but less time than the first round took me, so I'm happy with that. And I did earn 1 readathon, which I did already redeem. So we are going. I'm trucking along on this project. I am again very excited to be starting round 3. At the beginning of round 3, episode 1, I will share some overall stats from the game in general. It is only 2 rounds, so it'll just be those 2 rounds stats combined, but I will start that episode with those, as well as be checking in with what my current physical TBR is sitting at. I said at the beginning of this round that I was hoping to be under 100, and I don't think I quite made that yet, but I'm making great progress. So thank you so much for spending some time with me this week, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.